Istolethesoul FM.
Whatever feeling people, lean toward on Record Store Day, and, the opinions are heated, I think it's cool that we still have a day that incites these conversations. And the fact that people still get so heated and get so passionate about this discussion is because people are still invested in creating art and creating these physical artifacts of music that you can hold and look at and touch and listen to, right? So it's dope, either way.
So today's Record Store Day. To be honest, my association to Record Store Day is very much that big labels reissue records it's not necessary to reissue and charge a lot of money and build a lot of hype, and actually the pressing plants get busy with all the reissues and they have no space and time for the smaller artists. But also there's always community events, and that is cool. I feel like I've been associated with a few things like that over the years, like DJing.
Something to be said about how vinyl is marketed now is kind of like an extension of the artistry, or allowing people to enjoy it. So I kind of am attracted to that idea of having community events. Everyone's going to the record store. They're communicating for that one day a year or 2 or 3 days a year or whatever about records and sharing that. I kind of think that's kind of special. That's nice. I was impressed by this whole thing. I don't know. It's nice just to mingle and shoot the shit. Yeah. Have an excuse to do that. So
it's always a vibe. I feel like the culture really needs this. Obviously our radio, not the best, not the most supportive, especially for grassroots independent artists on the come up. So it's kind of amazing to have a hub, a space that's not only on the airwaves, but a physical place where we could all kind of be together. It's really community. This is a definition of what community is, what the music community needs. So yeah, it's just a blessing to just share everybody's energy, the music, knowledge, the panels today. It's dope. When I'm not here, I'm on the chat. I'm paying attention to the chat. I'm busting gum fingers at home, you know what I mean, from the comfort of my house. I feel like the city needs that. So I'm really looking forward to when that manifests, because it's going to manifest. I'm putting that out there from now.
Generationally, you have to have that particular generation believe and embrace the older generation. My generation did that. I'm not so comfortable with how the generations coming up are doing it. The millennials, I think, they kind of doing it. The younger cats, they kind of think they created it and it's their world. But they also, I can't take it away from them, because they also haven't been educated to what was prior to them. Some of these kids, you ask them something about Biggie and they're like, who? What? I'm bigger than Biggie, and so they have to be educated in terms of, what came prior, who laid the foundation for them to be where they are right now. And I think that's very important, and, because it only makes them understand what they're doing, and that there was a legacy prior to them. The important thing to me is that dialogue happens, and that we have this exchange, and I think that's key. I think that's key to moving it forward. Because there's been a lot of progression that's happened in Toronto.
It's just up from here. This is the third event, and already it's a smash. It's not a damn bad thing you can say about Istolethesoul Radio.
I just wish you wouldn't mind to call me back.